Hello everybody, my name is Sam. This is my introductory authortube video, and I just wanted to introduce myself. So by day, I am what's called an electrical designer. So I design substations, the things that are in the system that gets power to your house that lets you watch and make YouTube videos. When I tell most people that, they pretty much fall asleep, or they turn to the next person and say, "So, what do you do for a living?" Let's see, I'm a husband. I've been married for... How long have I been married? 16 years. And I have 3 kids. We have 3 kids. Why am I starting an authortube channel? Well, mainly to just become a part of the writer community. I have a cousin who writes. She's actually published a couple of romance novels, and but other than my cousin, I don't know any other writers. And I just wanted to get to know some of you guys and learn from y'all, because I'm brand new. That's part of the reason I'm starting this channel also, is to make a record of my growth as a writer. I've written since I was a little kid. I mean, when I was a little kid, I wrote little beginnings of stories and little short stories. At one point, I decided I was going to write a sort of intro to keeping reptiles as pets, because I loved snakes as a kid and still have a pet snake. There's one right there. Maybe I'll show y'all sometime. So, yeah, I've written, and other than that, I've never... Well, actually, I used to write poetry, too. I would write little just free-form poetry all through my teenage and young adult years. And then I just kind of stopped trying to write any sort of formal writing. And I've journaled off and on. I've done free writing, or just brain dump writing. I actually got that idea from a great book by... what's her name? Natalie Goldberg. Her Writing Down the Bones. That's a well-known book. I don't know if any of y'all have read it, but if you haven't, I highly recommend it. I still have my old copy somewhere. I don't think I have it in here, but I have an original copy. It's I think it might be first edition of the paperback version. I bought it in pretty sure the early 90s, and I still have it. Really enjoy that book, and I bought it just a couple years ago again on Audible. I also have the audiobook version. And so I've done that. It's been a form of therapy for me, where I just do a brain dump and just either freehand write or type, just whatever I'm in the mood to do. So this is the first time that I'm actually going to pursue a lifelong dream of actually writing a novel. So, and I want to document that here as much as anything, just for myself, to watch my growth and see how I grow. And just, it'll be interesting to watch myself, even to watch myself on camera, and see how much more comfortable I get on camera, or if I get even more awkward than I am right now and uncomfortable. We'll see. You know, who knows? But, I've always been a big reader. I even have a couple of my favorite books here from when I was a kid. This one, Where the Red Fern Grows by Wilson Rawls. This is actually the original copy that I bought when I was a kid. You can tell how old it is, and it's telling my age also. I was a kid in the 1970s and a teenager in the 1980s. And so, yes, this is my copy from when I was probably maybe 10 years old or something. No, younger than that. I don't remember, maybe 7 or 8 years old. So, and then also I've got this book, Snake Lover's Diary, which like I said earlier, I loved snakes as a kid. I still like snakes. I used to read this book over and over again. It's out of print now. I found this old library copy back in the day. I found it several years ago. I found it on, what's the name of that website? Abe Books, I think. And I found this library copy it's by Barbara Brenner, and it's fiction. It's actually a fiction book. And when I was a kid, I thought it was a true story. I think, but it's actually a fiction book. But I thought it was real because it has real pictures inside. It has a real picture of the boy who I thought was the actual boy. Yeah, you can see right there, it's got a picture of the boy walking with his dog. Anyway, yeah, I thought this was a real... I thought it was a real kid, a real story. So, what do I like to read now? I really read everything. And I read all genres. I like sci-fi, hard sci-fi. One of my favorite authors is Alastair Reynolds. The guy, I just love his writing style and his story style, this epic hard science fiction novels. And he's actually a scientist, and so his belief is that if he doesn't believe that a technology will be possible at some time in the future, then he doesn't put it in his novels, and I really like that. So Alastair Reynolds, I like regular kind of mystery novels and suspense novels, I like Nelson DeMille. The Gold Coast, his book is The Gold Coast, is one of my favorite novels, and I actually found that on accident. Way back in the day, I was a member of one of those Book of the Month clubs, and Gold Coast came in the mail. It was a Book of the Month, and it's been one of my favorite novels ever since. I read it every few years, actually. I don't know how many times I've read that book, and that's my favorite of his. And then I've read most of his other books also. And then I've also liked reading biographies, autobiographies, memoirs. Like another one of my favorite books is Kitchen Confidential by Anthony Bourdain. I've read several others. Of course, there's a book called Gates that's about Bill Gates. It's old. I don't know if it's even in print anymore. I really love that. I love technology history books like Masters of Doom by David Kushner, which tells the story of the guys who wrote the game Doom way back in the day, and just super interesting to me. And but anyway, I could go on and on and on. I love most genres, and if you tried to nail me down and tell me I had to pick one, I wouldn't know what to say. It's like telling me to pick out what's my favorite pie or what's my favorite ice cream. Like, I don't know, ice cream, chocolate, strawberry, death by chocolate, cookies and cream, mint chocolate chip, I don't know, blackberry pie, blueberry pie, apple pie. I don't know. It's yeah, I can't nail it down. But anyway, I could go on and on and on. So I'll be quiet. Okay, sorry, I had a little bit of equipment malfunction there, but I'm back now. The frame might be a little different. I'm not sure. But so I'm going to wrap it up real quick anyway. So yeah, for this channel, mainly what you can expect to see from me is videos on me just exploring my growth as a writer, figuring out if I'm a plotter or a pantser. Pretty sure I'm going to be a plotter. You can see even for just this video. Coming up with what I was going to talk about and ideas. So yeah, pretty sure I'm going to be a plotter. And just looking forward to getting to know some fellow writers out there, fellow authors. And also I'll be going over software that I'm using to write. Right now I'm using some free software that y'all have probably heard of. I'll talk about it later. And maybe someday, who knows, I'll make the jump to Scrivener, which it seems like 99.99% of writers use. I'll talk about craft books that I'm using to learn the trade, learn the skill of writing, learning about grammar, just all kinds of fun stuff like that. So anyway, thank y'all for watching my intro video, and I look forward to getting to know y'all and learning more from y'all. I've already learned so much, and I can't wait to learn even more. And so thank y'all for watching. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.